Definitely lots more to cover with the whole entire Charlie Kirk saga as you see him approaching the staging area under the canopy in Utah where this event all took place. One thing I want to mention, as you already saw in the back, the SUV that hauled him away, as you can see here, preparing, backing up. Here you see it coming into play once again. And early into the presentation, in front of the audience, with Charlie Kirk, we all know what takes place. But I really want to focus on the staging area in the back once again. Let's take a look. One last time as Charlie Kirk makes his way. The SUV, the Wagoneer pulling up and backing up to serve its purpose, as you see there. Now, let's take a look here. Charlie Kirk getting prepared for his presentation under the canopy. And I pointed this out before with the 47 hats, 4 and 7s, 11. You get your 33, 11, 11, 11. But nonetheless, take a look here at Charlie Kirk and the man here prepping Charlie for what's to take place. He's the one that's positioning what's under his shirt right here. Take a look. As I move the cursor slowly, he's preparing Charlie Kirk for what's to take place. He pats him on the side there. You can see the guy here wearing the 1776 hat. And there you go. That's the individual preparing once again Charlie Kirk. And this is a big time player with this whole entire event. Is this guy here. The sunglasses guy, I'll call him. With the gray shirt, black pants, and black shoes. And we'll move this cursor forward. And that's what this video is mainly about, this individual. Now let's take a look here as we all seen, or should have seen by now, as he's under the canopy after the fact. And he grabs Charlie Kirk's chair after it supposedly took place. Again, I mentioned this before, no police tape, no real police presence whatsoever. And for those that have watched the live stream from the university itself, it was 5 minutes and 20 seconds after what supposedly took place with Charlie Kirk and the camera being in this position. So this wasn't like it was way after the fact and the police were already here, they're already at the scene, they had the police tape up. No, this is only just a little bit over 5 minutes until we get to this point. But again, the important aspect here is this individual. The guy with the sunglasses, beige shirt, black pants, and black shoes. As he looks at the man with the camera, pointing right at him. Once again, he gets on Charlie Kirk's chair after what supposedly took place. Again, this is evidence tampering with the so-called version of the story. He steps on there and takes down the camera, the SD card to be precise. And then there you go. But nonetheless, let's move forward here with this individual. Let's take a look here. A little bit of a close-up now. Let's look here at this footage. This is Charlie Kirk at the very beginning of the presentation. And who do you see here in the back? First off, this is Frank Turek, not wearing his hat before he puts his hat on, and he positions himself on the other side of the canopy. But here's Sunglasses Man right here. You're going to get a clear shot of him as he turns around. Again, Frank Turek. And you're going to see Sunglasses Man, who is really close, supposedly, with Charlie Kirk. And there he is right here. This is the guy. This is the focal point of this video. There's more to present, but really it's about this individual here. Once again, as you're going to get a good view of him. This is obviously the same guy, like I mentioned, that took down the camera. And there he is. Sunglasses Man. Really want to emphasize the beige shirt, the black pants, and the black shoes as we move forward. Now take a look here at the next image I want to show. Of course, Charlie Kirk, Sunglasses Man in the back. Let's get a little bit of a close-up of him right here. And there he is looking forward, looking on with Charlie Kirk in the foreground. A little bit more of a close-up. Now let's get to the part of the video with Sunglasses Man present once again. And this is right after what went down with Charlie Kirk. And then you get a little bit of a close-up. He has his arms folded. Now take a look here. Get a little bit more of a close-up. Now watch this. And here you see him, Sunglasses Man, and the Mr. Muscles right here, as I showed in my previous video, as he basically body slams Charlie Kirk to the ground. I understand some will say, oh, that's for his safety. No, this is part of it. All part of it. And look at, again, Sunglasses Man, as he makes his way without hesitation to the back. Zero hesitation. He heads straight to the back. And why is that? Why is he going to the back without any hesitation whatsoever? Okay, take a look. He makes his way to the back. All this action, I'll present this in another video. Get into this later on. But let's get to the point here. Again, with Sunglasses Man. One last time. Without hesitation, after everything goes down, you're going to see him run straight to the back. Getting into position. What position? I'll show that right now. And that cuts to the back scene here that I've shown. And I'll play it, and then we'll get right to it. And that's right here. There's Sunglasses Man. Again, the beige shirt, the black pants, and the black shoes. Positioned to film all this was taking place in the back. Make no mistake about it. That's why he sprinted to go to the back to get all the footage from this perspective. There was no hesitation running back here. And you're going to see him leaning against the wall to record everything that's taking place in the back area. There he is, leaning against the wall there. And this is 100% him. And he knew what he needed to do right after what supposedly went down with Charlie Kirk. Get to the back. Get on top of this platformed, rocky area to cover all the footage. Make no mistake about it. That's number 47 woman right here. You're going to get another vantage point, and there he is. Again, I have to emphasize, without a shot of a doubt, that is him. A little bit of a close-up we're going to get to. And just another shot of Sunglasses Man. A little bit of a closer look as he's standing. Looks like I said in my very first video on the topic with Charlie Kirk 2 weeks ago, I mentioned it appears he has one hand in his pocket while holding his phone, recording everything. Okay, let's take a little bit of a closer look here. Now he's like leaning against the wall like I mentioned earlier. And there you go, all the chaos. And go around one last time here, and there he is. Position right there. Again, now let's take a look here with another individual on the other side from Sunglasses Man filming it all as well. Again, the higher angle. And there he is. You can, as I zoom in into Charlie Kirk, there is Sunglasses Man right there. On position. That's why he ran from the staging area in the front by the canopy to get in that exact position, of course. And there you go. And there is also Frank Turek, who I mentioned in my second video on the topic, how all these individuals are hauling away Charlie Kirk. And how did Frank Turek get here so quickly in the backstaging area with the SUV? Okay, I'm going to show that as well as we move forward. Now let's take a look at this angle with Frank Turek. There's more to mention with this scene here, but let's focus on Frank Turek first. After this all goes down, you'll understand how and why he was in the back area so quickly. Let's take a look here as everything goes down with Charlie Kirk right here. Let's take a look at what we see. Without hesitation, you're going to see Frank Turek take a look, then move towards the scene, then get right back up, and he starts running. And where's he running to? And that's obviously to the back staging area. That's how we got back there so quickly. And the rest of Charlie Kirk's people, his team, they're the ones that obviously, like I shown earlier in this scene, they move him into the vehicle, as you see here. And again, Frank Turek making his way around right here. Let's get a little bit of a better shot of that. Once again, as you see Charlie Kirk and his entourage, I'll call them, hauling him away. And Frank Turek's already there. Like I mentioned, that's because he made a dash at the back right away as the director. And there he goes swinging around. Now, I want to point out as well, let's take a look at this very opening scene. As I shown before, with this angle, Frank Turek's all the way left here, but this one female, let's take a look at what she does here right before everything goes down with Charlie Kirk. They zoom in on her. You see Charlie Kirk, Frank Turek right there. Now let's take a look at the female. As you're going to see her go right by here. Kind of casual look. I don't want to say, but almost a smirk on her face. Very casual as this is all going down. Take a look here. Let's play this slowly as she walks by. This has really gone under the radar. Like very casual walking past the scene while this is all going down. This is very relevant with everybody that's involved here. Again, there's Frank Turek on the ground there, looking as she's making her way out of the scene. Now take a look here. Here she is, facing the crowd. This is obviously Frank Turek once again. Now watch this. As she turns around and looks towards Charlie Kirk right before this all goes down. And there's Charlie Kirk, and there's Muscle Man with the hand signals. And watch this. She just casually walks away while this all takes place. And again, Frank Turek, as you see here, he goes to the ground and she just goes off scene like nothing. Kind of very casual, but she was looking towards the crowd, and then automatically, as this all goes down, she just walks away very, very casually. No running, just kind of just walking away. And I'm going to show something else here. And that's this individual right here. Might be a little bit hard to see, but she plays a role, as I shown in my second video, in the back staging area, the parking lot. Let's take a look here. And she's walking by. Here she is. A little bit of a close-up momentarily, but let's just play this video a little bit more slowly. And all the individuals in the back, I'm going to get a close-up here, and you can see them after this all goes down. And again, here is the female with the red hat, Frank Turek. These individuals with cameras. Take a look here. You're going to see that female that I was pointing to earlier that's going to appear over here momentarily. And she's getting, and there she is. And she's going to get into position as well. And where's she going? I'll show that right now. Let's get to it. And as I shown initially on Rumble, and again, there is Sunglasses Man in the back. But here she is. She made her way to the back as well. She's right here. Let's get a little bit of a close-up as I move the cursor over with the close-up of that female that we saw running in the background behind the canopy. And there she is, positioned, like I mentioned before, pointing the camera in this direction. Not at Charlie Kirk in his white shoes. And the female here telling her, let's get out of here, like I mentioned in my second video on the topic. Covers her mouth and says, let's go. Time to go. and she follows her. There you go. Now, a very important aspect with 3 individuals from Charlie Kirk's crew, as you see here, this one individual here, the bald-headed man, and the one I call Sunglasses Man. All 3 of these individuals' job is to get to the back as soon as possible after this all goes down. Let's get right to it. I'm going to play it in slow motion so you can really see what's taking place. Now watch here as this guy here, he jumps over the table. Play it very slowly. And there again is Muscle Man over here pushing, body slamming Charlie Kirk to the ground. Where I said in my previous video, he should be holding him and bringing him down, not body slamming him. Bring him down, wrapping his arms around him and bring him down securely. Now let's move forward on these other individuals. Again, very important to point out, as this guy here, watch as he again jumps the table. Does not help out Charlie Kirk in any way. What's the purpose of his anxiousness of jumping the table, not attending to Charlie Kirk at all, basically jumping on top or right over Charlie Kirk, could be stepping on him there to get past him. It wasn't about getting to Charlie Kirk in this situation. Let's move this forward here. And once again, a little bit of a close-up of the same. Charlie Kirk on the ground as he jumps over the table, makes his way down, and then basically stepping on where Charlie Kirk is positioned. And now watch what he does. Again, nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. He jumped over the table not to attend to Charlie Kirk. He just went in his back pocket for something, for some reason. Let me back that up. You're going to see that. First off, he reaches on the table here. He grabs something. And then you see him put something in his back pocket. Could be his front, back pocket, but definitely one of the pockets. He's putting something in there from the table. And then he moves over this position with this individual, which I'll show later on. We've seen him earlier. But nonetheless, these two are interacting, exchanging something in their hands. What is that? They're exchanging before they head to the back. There they go, spraying to the back area. Well, the man here, we've seen before, like I said. Getting that little bit later. There we get, again, he's like table surfing. Right where Charlie Kirk is positioned, but does not help him. It's not there to help him. Again, something on the table there. And then watch as he puts something in his back pocket. Right there. With his hand there. And then this guy here, the bald-headed guy, he's on the ground here. And he's picking up something off the ground. Take a look. He picks it up and he runs off. And we're going to see exactly where momentarily. But again, these two, this guy, I'll just say it right now, he was behind the rail with the sunglasses. Now he made his way over here, jumping the rail with this guy with the plaid shirt as well. And they do some type of exchange here. I know it's rather hard to see, but they're exchanging something here. Again, you would think they would be tending to Charlie Kirk, but they're too busy messing around with what? Just guess what they are doing. So I'm going to move this up a little bit more. You're going to see an exchange here, very slowly between the two. For the guy in the plaid shirt, they're both wearing plaid. This is a different colored plaid. This one with a lighter color plaid goes to the back with the bald-headed man. Very relevant here. And this guy goes down. I'm sure everybody can recognize him now. He was the one by the rail. And it's this guy right here. We all seen him right before he jumps the guard rail. As the other guy with the lighter colored plaid shirt moves to the back. Here's another angle here of the bald-headed man as he turns around. And the first thing he does, he basically dives towards on the ground right here. You see him almost like a belly flop, but that's him. Go back here all the way. You can see him. Turn around. He goes around the canopy. Then he goes to the ground to pick something up off the ground. And there you see him right there. He's on the ground right there getting something. He stands up. He puts it in his pocket. Then he runs. He sprints to the back. I mean, these people are doing everything so calculated, without hesitation, without thought. And the direction they're heading is to the back. How coordinated everything is. Another angle, a little bit of a close-up of a bald-headed man as he goes to the ground and runs to the back. It's very important. Bald-headed man over here. The guy with the lighter color plaid shirt. He's right there as well. Now look at this. As I move the cursor over, they're heading to the back. And where are they headed to? Of course, the SUV. And as the driver, as in the shotgun position, no pun intended. And here's Charlie Kirk with his white shoes. Again, the female with the camera pointing this way. And the other one telling her, let's get out of here as well. They're a little bit of a close-up. How well coordinated they are. And again, as I shown earlier, with Charlie Kirk first appearing on the scene, and you see the SUV, the black SUV, in the back, pulling up, backing up, in the back parking lot staging area.
John, chapter 9, verse 25. Whereas once I was blind, now I can see. Now I can see.